There's horrible breathing right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another car video where we talk about diarrhea only. If you're not talking about diarrhea, you're gonna get in trouble. I don't know what's gonna happen. But no, today I'm just annoyed, okay? I need to tell you guys something. I'm going to get fired. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna get fired. My days are counted in my job. So if anybody wants to hire me, please let me know in the comments. Nothing weird, like I can't babysit because I do swear a lot. So there's that. And I don't think I'm a very good father figure, to be honest. I like to think I could be, but no. So yeah, I need a new job because I know I'm gonna get fired soon. It's always something. This time it's I wear a hoodie, and apparently that's like a safety issue. Their words is that my hoodie could get caught on something, but we don't work with machinery. So I don't understand why. And they want us to wear like this vest, which is weird because the vest, when I wore my vest, I stopped wearing it because it would get caught on my cart that I use, and then the sides. So, and it's also really uncomfortable to wear. Oh my god, this car. So, I don't understand their logic. Another problem is that there's a lot more bigger safety issues than a hoodie, but they're not dealing with that because, for example, the ladders don't always work. Sometimes they're broken. That's more of a safety issue than, me wearing my hoodie. Another thing is our hands are exposed when we are opening up cardboard and stuff. I can't tell you how many cuts I have all the time, but I have to wear gloves because my hands are in pain after work because of how many boxes I had to open. Why don't they provide gloves? Why isn't that a safety thing that we have to wear gloves? I have to buy my own gloves. And even the gloves they like sometimes give, because when you're in the area that's like freezing, they're like shitty. So it's like, why don't they care more about our hands since that's what we use the most? You know what I mean? I don't know. It just sounds like controlling. Like they just want to control. I had a problem. I don't know if you guys listen to my Instagram, but I talked about it on my Instagram more. There's this lady that I call Lori. Lori has some like power issue with me for some reason. So she yelled. Mind you, Lori's the only manager that knows that I have social anxiety because she kind of put it together. And I thought she was cool because she understood that like right away. I didn't have to like own up to it and say it because like a lot of people don't care about mental, issues or whatever. But she didn't really care because if she did, she wouldn't have yelled out in front of everybody like, "You can't wear that." Like accusing me just because now she could enforce it. And the thing is, if you get me mad, I don't care about my anxiety anymore because my anxiety is energy and I can focus that energy if I'm feeling something stronger. And I lose my patience very easily because I've been walked all over for far too long at work that it just pisses me off now. So when she said that, I kept walking because we were crossing each other like this. And when we were crossing each other, I said, "I don't care, do something, do something." As in, write me up. Like I'm ready to go. I've been ready to go because this place does not value me and it's fine. Like I could go get another one, like another jobs in a different warehouse. It doesn't have to be this one. So I walked away, and when we met, like she came to my area, my favorite, my spot, my designated spot or whatever, and that's when I like got really angry at her because the whole time I was thinking about, wait, why are managers that don't know about my social anxiety more nicer to me than the one that does know I have social anxiety? You know what I mean? Like more considerate. That's what pissed me off really bad, that she didn't give a shit. And she instead really wanted to enforce that just because she got the okay, like, oh, people should be wearing, no hoodies. She was dying to give me shit that she didn't care about the fact that you talk to me like a person, dude, especially if you know somebody's, oh my God, kids are everywhere, dude, and they're freaking me out because school started. But yeah, I got mad at her and I yelled at her because I'm pissed off, and I listed all the other things that are more safety concerns than my hoodie. And I told her my hoodie is just a power trip for you, like you're just trying to hold on to it. And she like ignored me after that, and she's ignoring me now. But she actually, I think she convinced my most toxic manager to talk to me. She told me if I didn't, she would have to send me home. So I said, then send me home, and she didn't. So now she sent the Edwing. Edwing is at the top, like, of the management in our shift, and he has a lot of respect for me because I work very hard, and that's mainly because I have anxiety. So what an average person does in 3 hours, I do in 30 minutes, and he is the biggest testimony to that because he's seen me in action, which is good because it's helped me a lot with how much I lose my temper. I've lost my temper with him too, and he's backed off completely, which is good because I know their intentions behind why they do this stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why I get so mad. She convinced him. He vouched for me that day. I know he did because she left me alone. But today I'm pretty sure she's the one convincing him to talk to me before she writes me up or whatever. So he came up to me because he doesn't want to bother. I can tell. He'll come in and he'll get out, like, of my area. So he came back in, and it's basically he's stuck between like two people that aren't backing out. So he told me like, he didn't say I can't wear a hoodie. He just said I should wear a vest or whatever. And I said, that's what literally gets caught on things. I'm not wearing that. And I'm like, it's okay. You can let me go. You can fire me. Like, I know I'm done soon. Just like, I basically said, I will not. I was trying to be like, do it. I want him to do it. I want anybody else but that stupid lady to do it, But he looked uncomfortable, and he looked annoyed, like, not annoyed with me, but with the situation, and he made a face of pain, literal pain. And I was like, I'm sorry I have to put you in this spot, but it's fine, It's okay. It's okay. It's time for me to go. I can feel it. Another worker that I used to know in the past, he came back just to check on everybody or whatever, and he looked at me and said, "You're still here? Why?" I'm like, even I've outgrown this place. Even It made me feel horrible. Like, I was like, yeah, what am I still doing here? I do like this job, but I do have the freaking stupid habit of getting attached to shitty jobs that don't treat you properly. I'm not leaving the actual job of what I have to do. I like what I do. The physical aspect of it keeps my anxiety, calm. The schedule is perfect. I love night shift, but the managers, like, I can't with the managers. I can't keep playing these games because I know it's gonna be the end, Like, I do like pushing buttons, though, or not buttons. I like to, what is it called? Like, seeing how far I can take things. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds toxic, but it's like sometimes I don't want to be. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't want to be the bigger person anymore. If somebody is testing me, then I will purposely fail. Automatically, I'm not here to take your stupid tests. I'm here to work, It's like this whole, like, making others feel inferior to you is really boring, and it's old, and I'm not gonna play this game. Like, Lori really thinks I'm gonna cry about the fact that she's gonna get me fired because she can't find another way to get some sort of power. I need to order.
Welcome to Dunkin'. Will you be using the mobile app today?
I ordered a coffee, 2 coffees, one for me and one for my mom. And the lady, and an avocado toast, because that's freaking delicious. The lady that I always see in the mornings that I come here, she usually I get embarrassed because every time, like, she'll switch it up. She'll be like, have a good day, and I'll be like, you too. So I get ready with the you too, but then she'll be like, enjoy it, and I say you too, and it's like, oh shit. But I don't get that embarrassed anymore because it almost happens all the time. But this time it was her turn to get embarrassed. I ordered the 2 coffees and I didn't get them. She just gave me the avocado toast and she said, have a good day, and I'm just like looking at her like, I almost did want to leave because it was so awkward, but I'm like, nope, I need that coffee, lady. It's so much better in the morning. Like, the coffee tastes so much better. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired right now. What the hell? I'm so sleepy, but I don't want to go to sleep. It's my party day, but eventually every day is going to be my party day since I'm going to get fired. I am happy and sad at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be positive about it, but I'm also kind of sad because, again, I get attached to bullshit. I'm just like attached to toxic places because they really don't value the workers really bad. Because this isn't the first time something like this happens, and it's not going to be the last. That's why I feel like if I don't go down for this, I will definitely go down for the next thing they pull out of their ass to try to control us. And yes, I am being a brat because I could easily just not wear my hoodie and just wear what they want me to wear. But the problem is, when you do this, when you become complacent to all their sayings, they're going to see that it actually worked to scare you. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm willing to die on every hill because, again, they lose more firing me. They really do. I know how much I'm worth. I should be getting paid double because I am working so much faster and more efficiently. And it just sucks that they don't see that. You know, I used to have harder jobs than this one, so this one's like simpler for me. I'm not the strongest and I'm not the tallest, but it's very hard for me to get tired compared to other people there. I don't know. It's just, if they do fire me, it's kind of like a way to, I feel like it's my toxic way of forcing myself to find something new, a new chapter in life, because I hate how stuck I become. Because I need to be comfortable all the time. I want to be comfortable. And the only way not to is if I just get out, if I'm forced out. Oh my god, I'm so sleepy. But yeah, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss the people that are good. There's a lot of good people there that I work with. I might not have the best relationship with all of them because, again, I'm always very angry with the new rule they're trying to enforce. But I've seen how people get treated when you follow every rule. You know what I mean? Like, it's just pointless. And I'm just tired of it. And I've also seen and noticed how if you become a toxic worker, but you're good at what you do because all you want to do is mind your own damn business, managers will leave you alone. At least the smart ones. Lori is just not a very smart manager. And I also think I hurt her ego to the point where it's so bruised up that she really wants to retaliate. Because to keep pushing that on me, like, she's not the person that's in charge of dress code. You know what I mean? So for her to like take it so seriously, that just means to me that her ego is bruised because I got mad at her. But it's like, I just got even. You decided to put me on the spot and talk to me like I'm not a human, and knowing that out of all people, you knew that I have social anxiety. So of course I'm gonna say something. So that's just how it goes. And also, I take it upon myself to teach them. Can you open, please, sir? Dang. Okay. Why is my car doing that weird ass noise? But yes, what was I telling you guys? Yeah, my other managers, I have gotten into arguments with 3 other managers. I don't even think one of them counts because Ethan and I had an issue in the beginning, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, I didn't say anything crazy. Not that I said anything crazy to any of the other ones, but I don't think I said anything crazy. It's just, I told him to leave me alone, and then I just kept sending him away. I kept giving him shit to do. So, I don't know why. I think Ethan has seen me work really fast, but something about Lori that makes her very, I don't know. I think it's her doing it because no other manager gives a shit. The other shift managers, Ethan and Shakira, they have not once told me that I can't wear what I'm wearing. Not once. even the manager of the whole place that I worked with once, not once did she say anything to me. And she's the one who should say something, you know what I mean? And the thing is, it's like how you do things that affect me, and I don't, it feels like I have to teach people how to talk to me. If a manager, like for example, Ethan comes up to me and he says, "Hey, could you help us do this and this and that?" I will do it because of the way he did it. Versus, "Hey, why aren't you helping us do this?" Then that's when I get mad because it's like there's no reason for you to humiliate me. And I'm just not going to take that anymore. I'd rather get fired because I don't want to work in a place, especially the way I work, you know. Once you know how much you should be valued, it just seems stupid to allow this sort of bullshit. But I hope that once I do get fired, because, you know, they really, really care about a hoodie, it really affects them. It sounds mean. I want it to hurt them because for me, it's going to be hard to detach myself from a job, especially one that I'm very comfortable with, and I like to work. I like to work. I love working, and maybe that's like a very Mexican thing to say, but I think it's more of like I base my value on how hard I work and also my anxiety. Those two make a really good worker. I like working. I've always liked working. But when people don't value it and don't care, because at the end of the day, what they want isn't just a hard worker, they want somebody that's complacent, and they want somebody that they can constantly make feel inferior with humiliation and other weird things. It just, I'm not that guy, you know. Sadly, I did not just inherit my dad's hardworking traits, I also inherited his extremely toxic anger and hatred and vengeance and retaliate. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna retaliate at all. In fact, once I told Edwin, "You can fire me, like I'm ready to go," I thought I was giving him more of like a little less weight on his shoulders because I wanted him to get that I would not be angry if he fired me. Like, in fact, it has to happen this way because I will not leave. I don't want to leave. I don't want to get angry and walk out. I want to be fired because that's just the biggest. They're harming themselves in that way instead of me looking back and being like, oh shit, I could have stayed there longer. Because I know I'm going to do that to myself. But if they cut the cord, I will feel like there's closure. I've done that with relationships too. I don't want to be in them anymore. I start detaching emotionally and I wait for them to break up with me. And it works. It really does. And relationships and friendships, I let them get rid of me. That might be toxic, but I let them do it because I cannot not work on things. I will always want to fix things and work and make them better. And I just need people and workplaces to let me go. Cut the cord because then I can always look back and be like, I did all I could and they didn't want me, so that's that. You know what I mean? And I won't have that feeling of like, but I could have kept working on. I don't know, maybe this is a weird, like maybe this is really toxic and I shouldn't be telling you guys. I should be telling my therapist, but you guys can be my therapist in the comments and tell me that I'm a toxic piece of shit. For some reason, I kind of want to feel like it's an achievement because I've never been fired before. And it would be so funny to be fired from a place where I literally, a manager before he quit because he hated it there, he told me I was a fascist by a lot. Like he literally, once he told me that, I was like, what the hell? Why am I not getting paid more, damn it? And he's like, oh no, honestly, I would stop. And then I had another coworker tell me, he worked with me a little bit and he said, work your rate, like kind of like slow down. I've had a lot of coworkers looking out for me, being like, hey, don't work so hard. They don't give a shit about you. They don't care about you. But yeah, what do you guys do when you're not valued at work? Or when you start to realize like your value? Because it pisses me off. It does. It really pisses me off when I think about it. I would love to have a worker like me. And I do have a lot of like issues. Like I ask to work alone. I don't like to work with people. I don't like to do things in the way they want it. Like my way is my way. I think everybody should have their unique, obviously within like not something crazy, you know, but I don't like to be micromanaged. I don't think anybody does. If I'm getting my shit done and I'm even doing it faster, why are you asking me to do it? Like, don't teach me how to do something I learned to do better than you. First, beat my speed or my efficiency, and then we can talk. And mind you, Lori is constantly having conversations with everybody else and laughing with them. I saw her and she does not work. Like, she does not get shit done. I don't see her doing much. So I don't understand why she gets to dictate who gets to stay and leave based on what they're wearing. I heard that some guy had to be sent home because he's not the fastest, but he had not been wearing the proper stuff or whatever, so they sent him home. It's like, I know damn well that I have power more than a lot of workers do in there just because of the fact that I'm really fast. So that's why I tell you guys a lot that if you ever try to like be this toxic and try to get your managers to leave you alone by going lower than they do, kind of giving them a taste of their own medicine, but like harsher. It has to be, they have to, because the power dynamic is so unbalanced, they can fire you. You have to be worth not firing. And that's the shitty part about it. You can't just talk back or, disagree with them. Even if it's respectfully, you can't just do that without being a hard person to let go of, basically. And for me, I know damn well if Edwin and Ethan did not respect me and see how fast I am and how good I am of a worker, I would have been gone by now. I would not have been able to say all the stuff I've said and react the way I have reacted. And mind you, I didn't do anything illegal. It's not illegal. The thing is, a lot of people forget that we're not elves or we're not dobbies. I feel like a dobby a lot. We're not dobbies. What are they? A working elf? I don't know what they're called, but dobbies. We're not dobbies. You do not own us. We're workers. You do not own us. At the end of the day, we can say no. We can say no for us doing something specific and do something else. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird for them to feel so offended when a person says, "Oh no, I'm going to do my own like work over here that I already have." You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. And I think it's also because a lot of the workers follow blindly. If a lot of us like spoke our mind a little more and not in a disrespectful way, they could not do it. Like, I am not there's another guy that I've seen wearing a hoodie, and I gained a little respect for him because my coworker incel friend said he's not going to take it off because it's freaking cold in there. That's why I gained respect for that guy. He looks like his name is Eric, so we'll just call him Eric from now on. But he's not gonna do it. And every time I see him still wearing the hoodie, I'm like, yes, don't back down. Don't you dare back down. Because if they get rid of me, they're gonna have to get rid of him. And now you're just losing workers, mind you. We need more workers. Like, we are already very low on workers, so for them to be like, go, 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 it's really stupid. I look at him like, okay, let's see how long. I almost wanted to ask him, like, go up to him and be like, hey, you want to make a bet? Whoever one of us gives up and like doesn't like keep our hoodie on loses $50 or more, $100, because I'm willing to get fired over this. I hate not being valued. This isn't the first time, and this won't be the last. I feel like it's stupid, but you guys can let me know how much of a brat I'm being, and let me know your work issues right now if you have any, because I'm interested to see what other issues are. I know everybody has something at work. I remember back then so many other issues I had, and most of the time it was always management. Management, management, management. If I had a good manager, it was like the best time ever. I remember I had a manager. I used to work at FedEx, by the way. That was one of the warehouses I worked at. And I had a manager when I was 19. Damn, like almost a decade ago. I had a manager at FedEx who was like a father figure to me, the father figure I always wanted, because he liked me. Me and my dad don't get along because I'm not a man. Toxic fathers don't love you if you're a woman. In fact, no man loves you if you're a woman. The second you're a woman, you're never gonna be respected unless you like just do you become his mom, and not even, because most of them even hate their mom. Anyways, so he was, let's call him Tom. No, let's not, because there's another guy named Tom there, that freaking loser. Let's call him Jeremy. No, that sounds stupid. Jerry. Jerry was a cat. No, is it even Jerry? Jerry was a mouse. But yeah, he was like a father figure to me, because I grew up with an empty void for both my parents, because my parents were not parents to me a lot of the times. It almost felt like one of them was a dictator, my father, and my mom was more of like another child, because my dad was very like, he like awkward. I don't know. It gets awkward. So I always had that empty void, and I tried every time. This is probably why I get along with older like people, like back in the day especially, but no longer with men, but like older women too. I always try to find like a mother figure, because my mom's more of like my friend now, and back then she was more of like just another sibling. So this guy Jerry, this mouse, no, I'm just kidding. This mouse Jerry, he was my favorite mouse of the house. No, I'm just kidding. He was such a like, he had some weird things about him, because he's an old dude, you know, like he's a boomer. Of course, he's not gonna be right in the head. Everybody that's a boomer here, you're not right in the head. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god, I'm making enemies. But yeah, and I'm saying this being the new boomer soon, because I'm a millennial. Yeah, a millennial. He valued me, and my dad never valued. That's embarrassing. My dad never loved me. But yeah, this guy valued me, and I remember, like, he saw how I worked, and it was so easy to win him over, because all I had to do was, work, and that's all I did at home too. So I was like, what? Like, why didn't my dad like me? So Jerry liked me, and I remember he like got interested in me, like how I was as a human. And I was like, that's crazy. I thought I was an object. No, I'm just kidding. I thought I was just, a Dobby. That's it. But he was like, hello, Dobby, how do you do? It was such a stupid conversation. But I was very quiet at the time, very, very awkward. I stuttered a lot because I just wasn't used to using my voice. I was super, super quiet. I remember a guy making a joke saying she's not even a person, she's a shadow. A shadowy figure just working. And I was just like, shut the hell. That is the most racist. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't say shit. I stood there silently. But yeah, he would say stuff that really made my day. Like every time I'd be sent away and I'd come back, my station, I left it so clean. I'd leave, I'd come back, it was a mess, it was out of control, and he was losing his mind. He was just like, oh my god, you're a sight for sore eyes. And I was just like, no one ever cared about me. Dobby doesn't want a sock from you. Dobby wants a father. Dobby wants Jerry to be his father. I always wanted him to adopt me, but he's one time we didn't have any like packages coming down. So he sat down and like looked at me and said, so what do you like to do? Like what do you like to do in your spare time? Like he was interested in me as a person. My father has never asked me that shit. Ever. In fact, if he saw I had like hobbies, he'd get annoyed. He hated my hobbies. Like he hated that I read books. It pissed him off so bad. I think it's because he never learned how to read. I'm just kidding. He knows how to read, but am I lying right now? I'm just roasting my dad for no reason. I'm roasting my dad because he doesn't like me. But yeah, Jerry did. And I remember when Jerry, this is another story, but if you guys want to hear about my real father, Jerry, no, it is good. I don't even know if he was a good person, but he was nice. He was like trying, like he didn't know it, but he was sewing my father wound closed, and I was just like, thank you. Dobby is a happy elf now. I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm sorry guys. Let me know your trauma too in the comments, because I can't be the only Dobby suffering right now with this shit. But yeah, I would constantly look for like figures that would fill in the void that I had in my heart, my stupid little heart. And now it was turned cold, and I want to kill everyone. No, just kidding. I want to eat everybody's heart just so mine can grow bigger. Dobby is angry. Dobby wants to get fired. Give me that damn sock, you stupid bitches. No, just kidding. But yeah, that's the thing is, like, when we watched recently, I would see my mom watching Harry Potter, and I was thinking, it's weird. I always thought, like, it'd be so cool to be Harry Potter, the main character, but I always knew I would never be Harry. And I thought Hermione was so pretty, but I would never be pretty enough to be Hermione and be so smart, and be so talented. And Ron, ew, like, I could never be Ron with a happy family with a bunch of siblings and a father and a mom. Like, what? That's crazy. Like, my family doesn't like each other. I saw Dobby and how he was treated, and I was just like, oh, that's who I reseniate. No, that's who I connect with more. Dobby. I was Dobby. I was a house Dobby. I wasn't important, but I tried. I tried to find my spot, but I could never, I just cleaned and cleaned, but Dobby, I was always Dobby, and that's why I felt so bad for Dobby in the movie, because I felt like that's who I was in my house. But yeah, that's me just trauma dumping on you. I'm sorry, but I cannot be the only one feeling like a Dobby. I still like to clean. I, however, realized I get triggered when somebody makes me clean, because it was something I always had to do when I was younger. I remember I get woken up while I was sleeping, like I couldn't even sleep. If the house was a mess, like I would get, and I had to make everybody's bed, even though I was a kid. Everybody could play while I had to be cleaning. Bullshit, but there's no point in being mad about it anymore, because like my parents don't really, do that shit anymore. But it just sucks. It really sucks to have been a child that was like kind of like that. But yeah, I'm gonna get fired. That's the point here. I'm going to get fired, and Dobby will be a free elf, and that's what I need to focus on, because I don't want to be sad about it. I can't just keep being sad about not being valued. Like, I should be happy that they're releasing me, because they don't value me. Dobby needs to find a place that it cares about Dobby, basically. So yeah, that's what I have to say. Let me know if you guys are a Dobby too in the comments, because I've felt like Dobby for a long time. Like, I just now mentioned it. I don't know why, but yeah. So awkward. I'm probably not gonna put this up because it's embarrassing. Tell me, is it embarrassing? My whole life is embarrassing, so what's the point of caring anymore? But yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time. Hopefully my next video won't be so embarrassing. So much drama. Trauma bonding. No, are we trauma bonding? Let me know. Have we trauma bonded already? I think we have. Maybe we can make an army of Dobbies, and we can hurt all the bad people. No, I'm just kidding. We can eat them. Eat their hearts. See you guys.